Hello and welcome to A Moment with Thick and Thin. My name is Kaisha and I'm an ASS survivor. ASS is anti-synthetase syndrome, and for me that's interstitial lung disease, polymyositis, and Raynaud's. People with autoimmune diseases can talk all day about how they feel, and some of them they don't have anyone to fight with them. But let's take a listen to my spouse Dante as I interview him with some questions. What was your first thought when your wife was diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disorder?
What is a autoimmune disorder, how it's going to affect our marriage, and maybe what kind of medicine she would have to take.
An autoimmune disorder is a condition that occurs when the immune system attacks and destroys healthy body tissue. Here's your CT when the disease began. And here's another CT as the disease began to progress and my breathing became more short and more difficult. How heavy is the load while your wife is disabled?
The load was not as heavy as to be expected, and the reason why I could say that is that my mother, before I got married, she had different issues, arthritis, she had pain, I had to actually wash her, cook for her, almost kind of similar things I have to do for Kaisha. The load gets heavy when I have to work more, maybe think about bills, what we're going to do for the next day. But other than that, the load is really not as hard as people make it seem like.
During flares, the tables turn and spouses have to take on more responsibility. What do you recommend to other men who are facing similar dilemmas?
Key thing, be patient. It is not your fault. It's going to be times that you cannot do anything but comfort her or him. Do not rush. Again, just be patient. It'll all work out.
Do you think that it is important to keep the marriage as normal as possible?
You should definitely keep the marriage as normal as possible. The reason why is I believe that you can fall into a deeper depression with your illness and it will get the best of you. You want to keep all your strength so you can fight this illness. So going out to movies, eating, whatever you guys do, definitely keep that up. Matter of fact, it's the best time now to do more to show you that, baby, I'm here with you.
And how do you cope with flares?
Well, that's kind of hard to say, but if I had to really think about it, I would have to say that it's hard depending on when it happens. If it happens in the middle of the night, I'm kind of shocked and panic mode. If she's not breathing, if she's real in pain, I'm like, what can I do? What can I do? But if it's just a normal day where we're both around and she's hurting, I can kind of just go in and attack and say, hey, you need me to rub you? Is there any medicine? What can I do? But if it's at the shock of a moment, I kind of get into panic mode sometimes.
Most autoimmune diseases are invisible, which means for those who have it, they could look great on the outside, but on the inside they are falling apart. We have to work twice as hard as the average person to live a normal life, not because we are ashamed, but because pity is just not an option for us. However, if anyone ever needs to talk, Thick and Thin will be here as long as we could. Just send us a message and we'll be glad to assist. And just remember, the great Yahushua has never died on the cross for us to be ill. However, he provides us people and resources to help us. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.